What you see in the center of your video screen right now, it's Yamaha's WX10 wireless speaker. Hello and welcome to All About Home Electronics. So in this video we're going to be reviewing Yamaha's WX10 wireless speaker, which is part of Yamaha's proprietary wireless MusicCast system. Now this particular speaker does not have a battery built into it, so Yamaha furnishes a power cord. It's just under 10 feet in length. But in this video, first we're going to unbox the contents, which candidly you're looking at them right now. We're going to explain how you can easily put a wireless speaker in up to 9 rooms of your home or your office. We're going to explore the whole range of streaming services available through the X10, including how you can get audio from your iOS or Android device and play it throughout the whole MusicCast system that you can build as your budget and your needs require. We're also going to be diving into some of the specifications of the speaker, and we're going to explain what's behind this stylish speaker grill cloth. And lastly, of course, no review would be complete without taking a closer listen to the quality of the audio that comes from the speaker, which in a YouTube video, it's kind of tough to relay that quality by letting you listen to it because you're listening to it on speakers different than this speaker. So you'll have to kind of trust our opinion. We'll get started right after this. So the WX10, it measures 6 1/4 inches tall, it's 4 3/4 inches wide, and it's 5 1/8 inch deep. It's available in both black, as you see here, and white. Now, the eco design of Yamaha's WX10 allows the speaker to only consume 2 watts when it's in the network standby mode. That's next to nothing. And then 8 watts when it's in use. Now, the speaker design itself can output a total of 25 watts of room filling sound. And we tested the WX10 in several rooms like the kitchen, office, den, and bedroom. And in each room, the room was filled with really nice sound. Now, behind this stylish speaker grill cloth, there's a 1-inch tweeter, and right below it is a 3.5-inch woofer. The speaker also contains 2 passive radiators, one on the left and one on the right. Now, it's really well constructed. It's only 3.75 pounds, but it has a very sturdy feel in your hands. And if you look at the speaker underneath, Yamaha designed what we feel are really high quality anti-slip and anti-vibration foot paddings. And so there are 2 ways that you can connect the WX10 to your existing internet service or your router, and that's via Wi-Fi, or there's an option right here for connecting it using an optional Ethernet jack if you're out of Wi-Fi range or some other circumstance like that. Now, for anybody who wishes to perhaps mount their WX10 on the wall, they can do that because Yamaha has engineered a mounting hole right here. Now, you'd have to purchase optional speaker mount brackets. They're not supplied with the WX10 itself. Now, most of the control of the WX10 comes from Yamaha's MusicCast app, which we're going to go over. But just to kind of highlight some of the top level controls, you have a power/network connect button. You have a volume up, a volume down, play and pause. You have a Bluetooth indicator light. You have a power on or off indication light. And then there's a Wi-Fi indicator light that illuminates when the speaker is connected to Wi-Fi. So the review wouldn't be complete if we didn't take a pretty close look at Yamaha's MusicCast app. I mean, this is how you're going to control the speaker and the MusicCast platform, and it's available on both Google Play and the iOS App Store. So once the app finishes loading, what it's going to do is it's going to list all of the rooms that you have MusicCast devices in, like it's showing right here. And at the top left of the app, you see that link icon. If you tap it, it's going to take you to the next screen. And so on the next screen, it's simply going to ask you to select which MusicCast device you want to have as the main device. But please note, If you have only one MusicCast device in your home or office, you'll be able to use it fully and enjoy all or virtually all the features that we're showing you here. So in this particular case, we chose Room 2, the RXV 683 Yamaha home theater system, as the main unit because it also has MusicCast built in. And now we just have to hit the box check mark for room number 1. Once we press OK, we'll be linking up both MusicCast devices. I mentioned at the onset of the video that I was going to go over the music streaming services. This is available in all the MusicCast devices. You have Napster, SiriusXM, Pandora, Spotify, Tidal, and Deezer. Now, some of these sources will be available on the WX10 and some will not. In this case, AirPlay is available on the WX10. We're using an iOS phone. Now, if you have a music server top right that's in your house or your business and you have audio files on it, you can access that as well. The net radio, that's actually quite cool. We checked it out. It's virtually every country in the world, radio stations of every genre, whether it's comedy, talk, news, music, and all the various genres of music as well. Bluetooth, that's available on the WX10 or any MusicCast device. You can stream content from your phone or tablet or anything that's Bluetooth enabled. Now, what's not available on the WX10 is the USB access. That's on the RXV 683, the Yamaha home theater system. But if you do link the two up, if you have them, then you could access on the wireless speaker whatever content you have on your USB. And the other thing not available on the WX10 is a radio tuner. It is just a wireless speaker with a lot of rich connectivity features built in, but it doesn't have a tuner. This, again, is accessible through the Yamaha MusicCast home theater receiver. Now, just a quick note, if in this scenario we've connected the WX10 wireless speaker to the Yamaha home theater receiver, and so we can access all the inputs on the back of the home theater receiver through the wireless speaker. And what's important to note about that is that anything digitally connected to the receiver we can listen to through the wireless speaker. And I mention this because if you have hardwired speakers in your ceiling or on the wall, typically, not all the time, but typically you're not able to access digital toslink audio connected sources. And quite candidly, from our opinion, our professional opinion, the digital sources do sound better than the analog sources. So with this MusicCast system, you can get all of those sources in your system and you don't have to fiddle with the wires. But if you have wires and speakers and a few rooms don't have speakers in them, this is a great way to build upon that system. One feature of the app is that you can build custom playlists. Or you can also go back into your history and pull up some recent things that you listen to them and access them more quickly. You can search your Android phone or your iOS device for content you have on there and listen to it through the MusicCast system. So now what you see right now is we drilled down into the application and looked at a specific room, which we gave a custom title, Room 1, WX10 Kitchen. And if you want, you can actually take a picture of the room or the device in the room. And if you had up to 9 devices, or as you add them, this will help you quickly access a room and remind yourself via the photograph. We drilled in a little bit farther actually, and we got to what we'd like to call the equalizer. You can adjust your highs, your mids, and your lows and make the sound coming from the speaker or the whole platform customized to your preference based on the room that you're in, or you could make them all the same. Also, you can easily access the screen that allows you to power off all the rooms or mute all the rooms so that you can take a phone call, talk to somebody, or listen in to something that is coming up. You can also establish room presets so that every time you're listening to a particular room, it's set up exactly the way you want each time. And this is just an example from Yamaha's demo site where they've photographed the various rooms. But interestingly, look at the bottom where it says lounge demo, that grand piano. That's a Yamaha MusicCast enabled grand piano. So if you happen to have one or you're getting one, you can connect this to your whole MusicCast system. As a final part of our review, we have relocated the WX10 into a coffee niche area, and we've decided that we're going to listen to 3 audio sources through the WX10 speaker to assess the quality of the sound. Now, mind you, we're listening to one speaker, and we mentioned earlier that you can actually pair 2 WX10 speakers essentially in the same room. So after all the exploration that we performed on the WX10, we want to share our findings and review the sound quality. So we're reviewing the sound quality from one speaker. We want to re-note that you can pair 2 of these speakers together in the same room, and that will allow you to enjoy true left and right stereo. So in our evaluation of the sound quality, we decided to listen to 3 sources, and this would give us the most complete testing of the audio quality. Now, one of the sources we tested is probably one of the more popular ones, online streaming music. We also tested a local radio station connected via the Yamaha MusicCast receiver. And lastly, we wanted to listen to a CD because we thought that would produce probably the best sound possible. It too was connected to the Yamaha receiver, but we utilized the very best Toslink digital connection that was available. Now, you may or may not know that streaming music over the internet, it's typically pretty compressed. So what they do essentially is they take live music, they code it so that they can send it over the internet, but then they have to kind of compress that coding so that it can actually get to you in a quick, reliable manner, and it'll come out of the speaker, and the sound quality is okay regardless of what speaker you're listening to. But it's music that's been compressed, so you're listening to pretty highly compressed music. Now, the Yamaha WX10 makes pretty much the best use of that compressed content, and the sound quality is comparably good. So when we shifted to testing the radio source and then the CD, we found that the sound quality improved even more. And as we used the built-in equalizer that is in the app that we showed you earlier, the sound quality was really good. And what we wanted to do was test using high-quality, clear vocals that we could listen to coming through the WX10, and we found that it was very enjoyable, pleasant quality sound. Now, there were only a few times where the speaker was a little bit glitchy, but what happened is we believe that was due to a tremendous amount of internet activity coming through what is now our dated modem and a busy Wi-Fi router. So this was really quite seldom, and it didn't detract from the enjoyment of the music or the CD or anything like that. It was actually a very good performance. But which, by the way, we got so caught up in enjoying the CDs for the sake of reviewing this Yamaha MusicCast product that we wound up listening to music for hours. So we have posted links that we hope you find helpful. Some are actually in the video itself and also in the description below the video. Hey, if you found this video helpful, will you please give it a thumbs up? And if you aren't already a subscriber, we publish content all the time. Many times it's tips on how to set up things or how to overcome issues that people write into us about. Please hit the subscribe button. It's at the bottom right of your screen. We appreciate you visiting, and we hope you have a great day.